Everybody, so we're going to be looking into first the anatomy of an offer. So here in UberEats, we have an offer that's coming in on UberEats, and it is, let's work on the top left of the screen. Of the offer, you can see that it says delivery, so you know it's a delivery. Sometimes if you're doing UberX and you're driving people around, it'll say, you know, that's an UberX. So that way the people that do both UberEats and UberX don't get confused. So the very first thing on the top left is delivery, and so you know it's going to be something that you obviously have to deliver. And then to the right of it is the complete useless information called exclusive, and that just means you're the only one being sent this offer at the moment, and so you know nobody else can see it but you. At least that's what they say. So that's what exclusive means. And then to the right of that is an X. And that X means you don't want the offer and you're going to decline it. So we move on down to the next line, and you'll see that there's the dollar amount, and that's the amount of money they're offering, $8.52. Just below that, you can see it says includes expected tip. So that, and pay attention to where it says expected, because that just means that this is the amount that you can expect to receive, but it doesn't mean you're guaranteed to receive it, because the person can change the tip if something goes wrong. And I think they have like about an hour or something like that to change their mind. So usually you don't get the final amount into your account until after about an hour has passed since you dropped it off. So the next thing that on the next line would be, let's see, it says 20 minutes. See that little clock? It says 20 minutes. And that's an estimate of how long it'll take you to complete the delivery. And that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because you may be able to complete it in half the time, or it may take you twice the time. That's just their best guess, as far as I can tell. So the most important thing now is the miles. So there it tells you 4.7 miles. And that you want to definitely pay attention to, because that's going to tell you how much wear and tear you're going to put on your car to get that $8.52. And you have to use your own judgment on how much money you want per mile. I use a $1.65 as what I'll take per mile. Sometimes I'll make it all the way up to $2 if it's super busy, and other times if I'm just desperate, I'll drop it down to about, I'll drop it down sometimes to $1.25 a mile. If I'm desperate, I just want to get work. And it's very rare that I'll drop it to $1 for every mile, because that just means that you're dead miling. That means the moment you complete the order, now you're going upside down in miles, just trying to get back to a hot spot or back home. So then on the next line after that, it tells you the restaurant and the location of the restaurant. So you can see in this example, it's Dunkin' Donuts on Eastern Avenue. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And then at the on the next line are the cross streets, the nearest cross streets for the drop-off spot for where the Dunkin' order is going to be delivered, and that you can see on the following line. And then that's about it for that screen. And then you can see the big button at the bottom that just says accept. So that's the point where you decide, yeah, that offer is worth it, and I'm going to go ahead and accept it. So yep, so that's the anatomy of the offer that comes up on UberEats. And there are also other types that pop up, like a trip radar can sometimes pop up. I think that's it. I think it's just the trip radar and that. I can't think of any other types that come up. Sometimes when you're in the middle of a delivery, it'll want to do an add-on, and there will be a plus symbol. There'll be this exact same screen, but there'll be a plus symbol added to the dollar amount, and that will mean that they're just adding another order onto what you're currently doing, and you can decide whether or not you want to accept that addition to the order or not. So anyway, so that's it. So let's get on to the delivery. Today is Tuesday, June 25th. It's 8:56 a.m. and we're on our way to Dunkin'. We're going to be getting, oh gosh, let me tell you in a second here. We're going to be getting $8.52 for 4.7 miles. Let's head on over to Dunkin'. All right, well, we're on our way to Dunkin', and this is going to be our only delivery for the day. That's been super slow today. So in today's video, we're just going to be doing a pretty much like a live stream, essentially, where you'll be able to see everything that happens in the app along with me delivering. So it's going to essentially be a live stream where you're seeing me and you're seeing the app going on in the car. So right now we have about a minute to go, 0.6 miles, and we're heading over to Dunkin'. It's just one customer, and they're going to be getting 5 items. It looks like it's like hash browns and bacon and cheese bagel, a couple of them, some classic donuts, and I think that's about it. That's about all they're getting. And then of course I have I've got to turn off my other app. I got to pause or actually just end my dash with DoorDash, because my day is over. This is going to be the only one that's going to be happening. We are in the day is pretty much a bust, so I'm just going to do this only one, and that's going to do her. All right, well, we're pulling up to Dunkin'. Let's head on in. Hi, you get it for Eric? Yeah, for Erica? Well, that was easy. Go back up on the screen the app so you guys can see what's going on. Get my seatbelt on here. All right, so I'm just gonna go up in here. I'm gonna press on verify order verified, complete pickup. All right, now we're on our way. It's gonna be just 8 minutes from here, 3.1 miles. I'm gonna go ahead and just start the navigation so we can get on the move. And then after this, I gotta go get a blood test done, and then that's just gonna wrap up the day. I don't think this video is gonna become a rapid fire video because it's just too darn short. There's nothing to show at all. So yeah, I was sitting at home, I was doing chores around the house, just trying to keep busy. And that was just about it. Let's see. Let's see if there's a house or not. It's a house. We have a gate code and it's a leave at the door. Okay, well, that's good news. Yeah, and then I was just doing chores around the house, just piddling away, trying to figure out how to occupy my time until it was time to go get my blood work done. And then I also had the app on, and every single offer was terrible. There wasn't a single good offer worth getting. Everything was terrible. And so I figured, well, maybe I'll work all day long until it's time to, until I get the rides in that I wanted to get. And then I just said, nah, I don't really need to do that. I said, this is probably a good opportunity for me to do some experimental video. I said, so what I was going to do is I was going to try to do a video that shows the entire process of the delivery from beginning to end. And so of course that's going to require me to spend a lot more time editing the video, so that way you guys can see you can see the app in action as we're doing the entire delivery process, and also working in the app to do the the navigation and all that type of things. So yeah, so I can show you like different things that are in the app while we're active and live. So if I press on little lines at the bottom, you can see that it takes me to the options about whether or not I want to stop new requests, which I do because this is going to be it. This is going to be the only delivery. So I go ahead and press that, and that makes it so that nothing else is going to come in. And if I want to remove it, I would press that X next to request stops, and it would go away. So then I slide that back down, and then you can see there's this little icon on the bottom left that you tap on, and it gives you options if you want to have different settings for what kind of deliveries you want. Like if I wanted to drive people around, I would select the UberX, UberShare, UberPet, the Connect, which I never done a Connect before, but apparently you can go to somebody's house and they'll put stuff in your trunk and then you go drop it off. That just sounds too creepy to me, so I'm like, no, that ain't happening. And then let's see, there's these two bottom right buttons just above the vertical ones, and that the first one, when you hit it, it goes to showing you the entire route, and then of course the address of the person. And then if I press this button again, it switches back to the navigation. There's a button above that allows you to report if there's some sort of map issue, which I've never tapped ever, so I wouldn't even know what to do with that. And then if I press and slide down, you can see how much money we've made today, and then it gets you into all the other settings that you would want to access, like for your ratings and your profile and all the other settings in the app that I'm not going to go into. And then there's this blue icon here on the left, and that's if you're in trouble, like 911 assistance, to record audio. And this all relates to mostly UberX, report a crash, live help from a safety agent, just all the random stuff in there. They have a lot of features that most other apps don't have. And I think also I have a lot more features in the app because I also have the option to drive people around. I think if you just do UberEats, I think the app looks completely different to mine, because mine is kind of a hybrid of driving people around and delivering food. So it's a little bit of a mix of the two. So you're not going to get the kind of, if you're doing UberEats, you're not going to probably see a lot of the things that I'm showing you. But I'm sure there are some of you that still do UberX, so you may have the same kind of app that I do. So it may work out just fine for you. Man, it's hot today. It's currently 104 degrees, and the high yesterday was 110. So I have a feeling it's going to be 110 again. All right, I'm going to be making a left up here at the next light, as you can see on the navigation. And whoops. Hopefully we make it through this light. This light is so notorious for taking forever. So, all right, we're making it through the light. And we're making our turn. We've got, say, 0.8 miles to go to the next right turn. And then you can see on the little icon, it shows you a little traffic symbol. That's where you know all the little traffic lights are. So you'll know, hey, there's a traffic light coming up, and to look for that. So that's kind of handy. And trying to think if there's any other interesting things about this app that are even worth mentioning. I can't even think of anything. So yeah, and then after we get to the gate and we drop it off, then that's just gonna do her, and that's gonna be the end of the exciting video. So this is kind of different. This really and I don't plan on doing any real cut of editing for this delivery. So we're just doing almost like a live stream, but of course I have to edit it for privacy. I got to make sure that the customer's name and address and all that stuff don't appear in the video. So that's going to take me time to go through and make sure none of that shows up. But yeah, I thought it'd be a great way to give you guys the general feel. Since there's only one delivery to make, it's a good way to give you guys just a general feel of how the app functions. All right, we're going to be making a right coming up here.
Turn right on Canyon Heights Drive.
And then as soon as we get into the neighborhood, I'll switch the camera so you guys can see the neighborhood. In fact, I think I'll switch now because now it's getting a little more scenic. Right, so now you guys can see it looks like we're in the middle of nowhere. Looks like we're far, far away, but actually we're just off the main boulevard. But this is a new community, and they're constantly building over here, so it's always expanding. So there's all kinds of new stuff that I'm sure will be here probably just a year from now, because this city is growing so fast. As long as we don't go into a recession, this is going to just keep on growing and keep on expanding. But you just never know. You never know when the next recession is going to be coming up. So
turn left on Bester Place.
I remember in 2006 they thought, oh, everything was going to be great and things were booming, and they just kept building and building, and then just like a couple of years later everything just went kaput. So we're in that mode right now where it just seems like we're never going to stop growing, and things just seem like the sky's the limit.
Turn left on Bester Place.
So,
then turn
but
left on Alto Vista Drive.
nobody knows. All right, we're going to be turning here and making a left, and I got to enter the gate code. Pop that up.
Turn left on Alto Vista Drive.
Okay, let's see if the gate code works. There's like 3 cars behind me. All right, gate code worked. We're rolling on through. There's like 3 or 4 cars behind me. I'm sure they all thought I didn't have the gate code. They're like, you better have the gate code, man. We're waiting for you. We're waiting on you, dude. All right, let me pop this back down. Coming down here, and it's gonna be on the left-hand side.
Just ahead, drop off on the left.
Yep, on the left. You can see they're doing a lot of construction up on the hill. They got all kinds of construction vehicles up on those rocks, so that just means more houses are going to be coming.
Drop off on the left.
All right, let's see. Is it this one? Where's the number? Yep, it's this one. Let's turn her around. I just got to remember to keep my phone active and keep recording so you guys can actually see the whole process of the drop-off. All right, let's do this. Okay, everybody, well, you just saw the complete delivery in action. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short video showing one delivery of Dunkin' Donuts to a house. All right, I'm gonna go on and get my blood work done. You guys take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.